do girls my age dress in India?
Girls in India, they around like between age 8 to 12, they wears frocks. They use salwar and kurta. Salwar means it's kind of a pajama kind of thing, and kurta is kind of it's a long um, upper upper body part dress which goes up to your knee. So that's the most girls wear in India.
What kind of foods do you eat in India? What's your favorite Indian food?
Whole wheat chapatis, parathas. People in Punjab are mostly farmers. That's the area I come from, but I've hardly ever lived there. So they eat hearty. They eat lots of butter. They drink a lot. They're very spiritual, very open-minded, clear-hearted, but they do eat a lot of fat food.
What are some unique Indian customs and which one is your favorite?
Like we do have lots of unique festivals in India, which includes Holi, Navratri, where people dance for 9 nights in Navratri, like constantly 9 nights. So that's my favorite custom. I used to dance a lot during those nine days.
What is dancing like in India?
That's called Gujarati folk dance. It's called Garba. That is my favorite one.
What are music and art in India like?
So music and art, India has almost like 32 states, different states at the time, and every state goes regional. They have their own regional songs, dances, as well as their attire also changes. So there are a lot of different kind of folk music which is inherent in different kind of states. So if I start, major classical musics are more like Hindustani classical, as well as you have, from the south, there are a lot of music which is, but a lot of more emphasis on classical music. And nowadays, more and more, it is fusion. So Eastern music along with Western, they're trying to fuse it and coming up with. If you want to see some of those kind of music, probably you can also refer to on the YouTube itself, Coke Studio. Coke Studio makes one of the best music. Coke Studio in India Seasons, if you look at that. A lot of great singers, they're trying to promote people from remote areas who have the folk music, and they're turning into very good, kind of genre of music from here. So.
What kinds of animals do you have in India?
Wild animals include like tiger, lion, elephant. Those are like major wild life in India. We do have a Project Tiger in India where we do like lots of saving for tigers in India, because right now lots of like tigers are being killed. So we are preserving tiger right now.
Did you go to school in India?
What are schools like in India?
Going like to school in India is lots of fun. We have different kind of school system over there. Like the school I've been to were like girls' school, where only girls will be in a school. And then there are some schools where girls and boys are together.
Are there any special skills that Indian people have to learn?
Tolerance.
What's different about living in the U.S.?
Because of the diversity in India, and I think that goes here too. So I think just having an open mind, accepting all the cultural diversity, even when you're living in India, accepting people for who they are and what they are, rather than trying to have them be what you would like them to be. Then you lose that.
Were you a Girl Scout in India?
I really haven't been a part of it, but I know my dad passed away at 93 2 years ago, and he was an Eagle Scout when he was growing up. So the British, I think, brought it to India, but I'm not sure.
What were your favorite hobbies or things to do in India?
So my favorite hobby, as you know, is music, and I have been into songs and music right from Eastern to Western, both the sides. And growing up in India, of course, I get different genre of music for the Eastern side, and of course, since I went to Catholic school back in India, So I was very much exposed to Western music as well. So jazz, as well as bluegrass music, all these I have heard a long time back. So that gives me a good, adoption to any kind of music from here or there.
इन झुकती पलकों के सिवा दिल का ठिकाना नहीं, जचता ही नहीं आँखों में कोई आए ऐसे नहाए भरा कीजिए ओ मेरे दिल के चैन आए मेरे दिल को दुआ कीजिए। बार बार देखो, हजार बार देखो कि देखने की चीज है हमारे दिल रुबा। ताली हो ताली हो ताली हो, बार बार देखो, हजार बार देखो कि देखने की चीज है हमारे दिल रुबा। ताली हो ताली हो ताली हो।
How old were you when you moved to India?
And I was 17, 18 when I came here, right after high school. Then I attended college in Boston.
20. I had an arranged marriage with my husband, and lo and behold, I moved within 15 days of getting married.
What is your favorite book from India?
I like reading excerpts. I like reading the dohas and the poetries written by the ancient sages and the poets that bring a lot of reference to the real life. I'm still learning about life, so storybooks don't have as much meaning to me as perhaps things of significance from where I can learn.
What is your favorite movie from India?
While growing up, if you talk about the favorite Indian movie, that was Sholay. Sholay was more like a Westerner movie, which was more like Indian, and it's an Indian movie, but very much influenced by the Western culture over here. So that had very good sequence. That was my favorite.
What is your favorite song from India?
My favorite song, if I talk about if current, then this is more of a movie song as well as the person as a band as well, and it's Kailash Kher, who I like, and Kailash Kher does both the fusion music as well as he does some folk music. So.
What was the best thing about living in India and why?
It was very interesting. I spent almost like 23 years in India, and one thing is that it's your up to high school, your science, mathematics, as well as the other areas of studies, they get very sound based. That becomes because, of course, the classes and curriculum is very tough, and in order to survive there's a lot of academic pressure. That is one thing which I would say that is an opportunity for India. That lot of academic pressure at very young age. So that needs to be revived. But it was very good on the other sense that at the high school itself you have very good command of all the subjects and all. So when you come here for the higher education or masters and all, some of those subjects, because of your base knowledge, it looks a little bit easier. So that is really good.
Is there anything difficult about living in India?
Harder thing was, as I mentioned, that while growing up, a lot of emphasis on your academic pressure, because population is so large over there, and the jobs are limited. So everybody has to either become engineer, doctor, or MBA to get the right fitting job. Otherwise, you don't have the kind of jobs which are available here in abundance. Even if you're an arts major, you're a commerce major, you are a musician, or you are any other subject which you take here, you have a lot of growth opportunities here, as well as the jobs according to that. But it was not so in India. Things are right now opening up, but we are not there yet because population is the main thing which is killing it. So.
What can you tell us about the water crisis in India?
Yeah, it is a real crisis. The water table in many places I heard is not adequate. There's a lot of tube wells being sunk in India, so the infrastructure doesn't allow for city water to be brought to the villages and the remote areas.
What do you want other girls to know most about India?
Be strong. Don't get put in a position of having to do anything. Know your mind, know your heart, feel the actions that you have to take. Behave in India in a conservative way if you visit India. Don't try to show your feminism, because feminism isn't something you wear, it is something that you are. So be strong from within and don't put yourself in a position where you can be hurt.
My name is Rajiv Sana.
My name is Falguni Yogi.
Indu Narula.
Sanjeev Narula.